Captain, once that plane was on the floor of the desert, did you really ever expect to get it back?
We certainly had some hopes of this, so much so, at least in our own minds, that we had some help, of course, from the Jordanian airlines. They came out, the president was out for a couple of 3 days there. We did have a ground power unit, which recharged our battery, and we had hopes of, at least for a period of time, that we might get the airplane out of there.
Captain, what do you feel is being done now to prohibit this happening in the future?
They're doing quite a bit. The companies, the federal authorities, with these people that are being put on the airplanes as a deterrent to this sort of thing, plus the fact that we're the airlines and the authorities are all together on searching prior to departures, and there's quite a bit of schooling in this area going on. And matter of fact, the airlines, I imagine, are spending several dollars in this regard to try to make it safe for people to travel from point A to point B.
I couldn't, in all sincerity, spend the money for a bond election that, if won, I feel would not be a good investment for our community. I think it would. There's too many ifs. The economy is not as good. It's not as clear. It's not as clean as we'd like. Maybe after the election, maybe after January 1st, or sometime it's got to clear up. Right now, it's real foggy. I think I asked you a while ago if there was anything that you felt that you needed, that you're putting off because you didn't feel that now was the time to buy it. And I think this is true with us. We need it, but I don't think now's the time for us to do it. At additional money, more than what we had anticipated.
This past year on April 18th in Austin, the demonstration, about 10,000 people. The head of the demonstration had a GI contingent, about 500 GIs headed it up. Yeah!
I think when it encourages violence, when it encourages putting one's views ahead of the views of the others, establishing priorities that says to a guy, look, I don't like what you're doing and I'm going to use violence to change it. The country must defend itself against this kind of thing. Now, the majority of these things were peaceful. And of course, people have the right to peacefully protest. I remember back when just a few days ago, when President Nixon was here in Dallas, there was a demonstration of people kind of the theory bound and gagged protesting. I didn't like it. I didn't like what they were standing for. Didn't like their unfairness and not recognize that we are moving towards peace, but they have a right to do that. And I don't want to see the climate get such that they don't. They were peaceful and they did their thing, and many of these marches work that way. But the violent thing, I mean, we've got to draw the line at violence. So I have mixed emotions. My own view is I'm supporting the president as he tries to bring this war to a close.
Went to various different insurance groups in Dallas and Fort Worth, and somebody called down to Waco, and it seems that nobody wants to insure us because possibly they're afraid of the violence, you know, that the whole media seems to think that this is going to be a violent demonstration.
Now, Mr. Al Gringo.